Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Inside the Mirror podcast. I'm Kyle David. If you didn't know, now you know. Today, I just wanted to talk about something that I think can be very helpful to people, especially in 2020, as there's a lot of despair and a lack of hope, and depression and anxiety, and all these things are going on that a lot of people were not prepared for, and a lot of people are not enjoying. And that's not a good way to say it. A lot of people are not dealing well with 2020, and I get it. It's rough. And I had someone I know commit suicide this past week, and it really hit home for me in several different ways. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about some thoughts that are coming from that. First of all, let's just talk real quick. The leading cause of death in 10 to 35-year-olds in the US is suicide. I'll say that again. Suicide is the leading cause of death for people between the ages of 10 and 35. Suicide is the leading cause of death. That's very concerning. The CDC has come out and said in 2020, the suicide death rate for high school students has passed the COVID death rate. So high school students are more likely to die from suicide than from COVID. That's scary. That's not great, guys. That's not great. I say that because there's gotta be a better way. That's terrible. That's terrible. High school students are dying at a rapid rate from suicide, and that's concerning. And if suicide is the leading cause of death for young people, 10 to 35 is young people, right? Suicide is the leading cause of death in young people in 2020. And in 2018, and in 2019, and in 2017. And I don't have the statistics beyond that. But those are the statistics. Suicide is the leading cause of death in young people in America. That's concerning, and that's scary. And I'm not going to sit there for too long, because that's depressing to just sit and sit and think about. But I want to be positive, as positive as we can about it, and really talk about, like, what can you do? What can we do to fix that, to change that, to lower the numbers, to decrease the suicide rate in young people and old people and everyone? But it's prevalent in young people. And what can we do about it? These are my solutions. These are just what I think, some things that you can do to encourage the people around you, and do your part to make sure that the people around you are being poured into and not feeling like they're alone and isolated. And these are practical things. And I already said it. Encourage people. This is something we're not doing well in 2020. We are not doing, as a collective whole. There are some people that are doing a great job, but I'm saying as a whole in America, we're not doing a good job in 2020 of being encouraging. And it's understandable, right? There's a lot going on, and we're so focused on ourselves that we are not focusing on other people. We're not putting efforts into how can we focus on helping other people, right? But we need to fix that. It's still, just because it's understandable doesn't mean it's the right thing. We need to focus on encouraging people, right? And to make it very practical, like, oh, Kyle, how do you encourage people? I don't even know where to start. This is where you start. Everybody you interact with, say something positive to them. Like, if you're, again, here it is. These are practical steps. These are practical things to do. I've said this before, text 4 to 5 people every day of your friends or your family or anybody that that comes to your mind. Like, sit down for 2 to 3 minutes and go, all right, who should I text today? And send them a brief message of, like, hey, what's up, Kevin? Just checking in on you, man. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Just want to let you know I love you and I'm here if you need anything. Boom, send. Hey there, Lauren. Just thinking about you. Appreciate all you do at work. I just want to let you know, got a lot of love for you. If you need anything, I'm here for you. Boom, send. That's a practical, easy thing. If you don't have 2 to 3 minutes or 4 to 5 minutes to text people every day, I can't help you. You are caught in selfishness. That's just the truth. You are super stuck in selfishness if you cannot commit to a few minutes today to text 4 or 5 people, or DM them, or Facebook message them, or whatever you want to do. But contact a few people on your phone. Set aside 5 minutes a day, put it in your planner, or whatever you got to do to remember, and sit down. Or we're going to say 2 to 5 minutes, because some people are quicker texters than others, fast fingers. 2 to 5 minutes every day and just text or message a few people and say something nice to them. That is a practical way that you can help people that are struggling. That's the most practical thing you can do. It's the easiest, simplest thing. We all have a phone and all the other people have phones. So get your phone out and boop, 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 boop. Hey, mom, just want to let you know I love you. Boom, send. That is not complicated. And every one of you can do it. I could do it. You could do it. Every person can do it. Start there. Encourage people. Take it a step further. When you're out and about, when you're going to the grocery store, I know you can't go everywhere. I know we're limited in where we can go, but in the interactions you have with other humans, be a light, be positive. Even if you're not feeling great, you have the ability to again, you can fake it till you make it, whatever you want to call it. I call it just like putting others first, right? I'm having a bad day, but if I'm going to go to Sprouts and get myself some fresh produce, some amazing Sprouts fresh produce, which, to plug Sprouts real quick, Sprouts has amazing produce compared to Walmart and other places. Anyways, I'm going to Sprouts. I'm going to go get me some fresh produce, mainly bananas. Look, bananas are great. I'm going to Sprouts to get me some bananas. And I do this. I look at which line I want to get in. I try to look and see who's checking people out. Oh, I've seen that dude. That dude seems to be down a lot. But either way, you're going to get in the line because Sprouts doesn't do self-checkout. This is just my story. And you're going to get in the line and you're going to bring your fresh produce up there and you're going to say, hi, how are you today? Even if they don't say hi to you first, put others first. Hi, how are you today? Oh, I'm good. Oh, cool. How's your day going? I know, super complicated. How's your day going? How are you today? How's your day going? You don't have to say a lot. Maybe you're not conversational. That's okay. Smile, say, hi, how are you? Ask how their day's going. And then after you pay and you get your bags, say, hey, thanks. I really appreciate you working. I really appreciate you being out in the middle of the pandemic to help me. That's it. That's all you have to do. You're going to interact with these people regardless, whether you're going to Walmart or Sprouts or you're going to a restaurant or wherever you're headed. You're going to interact with a human being. Be positive. Be encouraging. Show them you actually care. You don't have to know somebody to care about them. That's something that I think we are not grasping in 2020. You don't have to know somebody to care about them. You could care about other humans, right? Like people, like my sister sees stray cats and she automatically cares about them, right? You don't got to know people to care about them. You can care about other people without knowing them on a deep level, right? You can care about the person checking you out at the store. You can care about the server that served you food at the restaurant, right? Like you can say hello to the mailman if you pass the mailman. You can wave at people. Like you can smile at people. These are practical ways. Again, going back to where I started with, people are killing themselves. People are literally killing themselves. They're killing themselves. That should light a fire in all of us to try to stop that. Think of the people that you love the most. Your family, your friends, whoever that is that you love the most, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your wife, your husband. Think of the person you love the most. And then think of them killing themselves. I know that's extreme, but this is real life. If you can't handle it, you need to get with it. This is real life. Think of the person you love the most. And then think of them killing themselves. That should inspire you to make sure you're checking on them, to make sure you're encouraging them, to make sure you're just send a message. I have some family members that I know are struggling in 2020 that aren't directly here with me in Texas. I'm talking to them all the time. What do you need? How you doing? How you feeling? Send a little bit of encouragement. Hey, let me send you this. This is something I read that I thought would be encouraging to you. I love you. I'm here for you. Again, how you doing? Check on people. Pick 4 or 5 people and text them every day. Hey, how you doing? Just want to check in on you. Are you doing good? Great. Just want to let you know I care about you. Simple, 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 simple. We've got to get better at being good people. I posted something the other day and I was mind blown that somebody disagreed with this. I said, be a good person on the internet. And that stemmed from just being a good person, but specifically on the internet. But that person did not like that. So here you go. You can't disagree with this. And if you do, shame on you. Be a good person. There you go. Be a good person. How do you be a good person? Well, here's some practical steps. Again, check on people. Be nice to people. Encourage people. You don't have to go out and start a podcast. You don't have to go out and write a book. You didn't have to go out and serve at the homeless shelter 7 days a week to really make an impact, to really encourage people. You're living your life. As you live your life, look up. When you see people, smile, say hi, ask them how they're doing, say thank you. These are the most practical, simple things we should have learned as children. Some of us did, some of us didn't. I'm not judging. But if you didn't learn it as a kid, here it is. Be a good person. Be nice to people. You have opportunities all the time. All of us do. Yeah, I know in 2020s there's less due to restrictions and mandates and lockdowns. I'm fully aware. But you're still interacting with people at some point. Even if you're on Zoom calls all the time, you can be the positive person in the party. You can. It's a choice. And here's the thing, again, maybe you're the one that's not doing so great and you're struggling and you're depressed and you're down and you're having a tough time. I get it. I've had several periods like that in my life in 2020. That's life. And I get it. And I have a lot of love for you. And I got a lot of empathy for your situation, whatever it is, because I know this is a tough year. So here's the thing. If you're the person that's struggling right now and you're like, man, I need somebody to text me. I need somebody to do this. I have two things for you. One, you have to be the change you want to see. I know that's cheesy. I know that's corny, but the cheesy, corny sayings or the cliche sayings are cliche for a reason, because they're true. We say them over and over and over because they're true. The best thing you can do for yourself if you're isolated and down and depressed and not doing well, the best thing you can do is get outside yourself and be an encouragement to somebody else. It's rewarding. You feel good when you're being a good person. When you're encouraging people and being kind to people and not putting yourself first and putting others first, there's reward in that. There's a benefit. When you give, that saying, it's more blessed to give than to receive. That's not just a cheesy saying. Like, I can tell you from experience, and a lot of you probably know from experience, when you give to somebody, when you truly like give somebody something, whether it's a gift, whether it's a message of encouragement or something, you feel good. You know why that is? It's because doing the right thing is the right thing. And when you do the right thing, you feel good about it. So again, if you're going through it, hear me. I feel for you. It's a tough year. It's a tough time. Life is tough. Add in 2020. Life in 2020 is tough. I get it. And I got love for you. So in my attempt to help you, this is what I know this works. Ask people in the sober community that know the 12 steps. What do you do? You give back. You serve others. Why? Because that benefits them, but it benefits you. So I'm telling you, if you're going through it right now, I promise you, if you can get outside of yourself for those 5 minutes and send some messages and really like try to encourage some people, that's going to uplift your spirit. That's going to uplift you. It's not going to fix you, but I'm telling you, that's a practical step for you right now. If you're going through it, it's more blessed to give than to receive. But when you give, you do receive. I'm telling you from experience, and I'm not the only one. There are tens of millions of people in this country that would agree with me, that when you get outside yourself and you give to other people and you truly try to care about other people, it's coming back. You're going to feel some type of way about it, in a good way. You're going to feel good. If you go to the store the next time and you really just try to make sure you interact with that cashier and tell them thank you, ask them how their day is going, and have a positive interaction, you don't got to say more than 2 or 3 sentences. Hi, how are you? Good. How's your day going? Good. Get your stuff? Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Have a great day. Boom. You just impacted that person's life, but you just did something that's going to make you feel good. You're going to walk out of there being like, I did a good thing. I did the right thing. I promise you. Again, this is a practical way. I know this sounds wild. This is a practical way to lower the suicide rate. It's to care about one another. Why are people killing themselves? Obviously for a variety of reasons, but deep down, they don't feel valued. They don't feel like their life is worth anything. Therefore, they take it. If they felt their life was worth something, they wouldn't take their life. If they truly believed their life was worthwhile, they wouldn't end it. So what do we need to do? We need to make sure that we're telling the people and making the people around us feel like their life is worthwhile. And if you don't feel like your life is worthwhile, get outside yourself and give to somebody else. I guarantee your spirits will be uplifted a little bit. And if you're really, really feeling that way, it's not easy, but you have to reach out to somebody. And here's the thing. If we're all encouraging 4 or 5 people a day, we're giving them the opportunity to reach out to us if they need it, right? You may be encouraging people and being like, man, nobody responds or nobody really seems to care, but you're opening the door for them when they do need to reach out. You're the person they're going to reach out to. I promise. I've experienced it in 2020. I've had people reach out to me because I've just opened the door by texting them every now and again, or texting them when I think of them, like, hey, thinking of you, hope you're doing all right. And it's opened the door for people to hit me up and be like, hey, Kyle, I'm just not doing so great. I knew you were somebody I could go to. Not to toot my own horn, I'm just saying that's happened. If everybody in America and everybody in the world was texting 4 or 5 people a day to let them know they mattered and let them know they love them and they're thinking about them, we would lower the suicide rate. I guarantee it, because then you're opening the door for people to reach back out to you and let you know that they're not doing okay because you're safe, because you've shown that you care. When you show that you care, you make people feel safe. When people feel safe, they're much more apt to reach out to you when they're not doing okay. These are simple, practical steps you can take and I can take to not only help others, but help ourselves. If we really want to make a difference and keep people around, because again, people are ending their lives. That should make us sad, and that should make us concerned, and that should make us want to do something. Again, you may feel like, oh, I don't know these people. I don't know people that are committing suicide. Think of the person you love the most and then think of them killing themselves. I know that's extreme. Welcome to the world, guys. People are killing themselves. That's fact. So if you don't like the delivery, I apologize in advance. But here's the deal. People are killing themselves. We should all want to do something about it. Here's what you can do about it. You can let people know that their life is worthwhile by letting them know, hey, I'm thinking of you. I care about you. Asking them how they're doing. Like being available, making yourself available, letting them know you're safe, letting them know you actually care, so that when they come to a point where they're going, I feel like I might want to end my life. Who can I reach out to? Oh, I remember. Kyle texts me, or Kevin texts me, or Lauren texts me, right? I know that they're safe. I can text Erica because she's been texting me, right? I'm just using names, right? When you make yourself available and you show that you care, you're going to have people reach out to you at some point because you're safe, because you care. These people that feel like their lives aren't worthwhile and they're ending it, a lot of these people don't have anybody. They feel like there's no one left that understands. Be the person that cares. Be the person that wants to make a difference. Be the person that cares just enough to take 4 or 5 minutes of your day and text a few people and let them know you're thinking of them and that you care and that you're available if they need anything. 4 or 5 minutes of your day to make a real difference. If we all do that, less people will end their lives. They will. You and I can today make a difference in somebody's life by spending 4 or 5 minutes texting. You spend hours on your phone already. Take 4 or 5 minutes and text a few people. That's it. That's all I'm asking for right now. From myself and from you. We all need to make sure that we are there for other people. It's very selfish for us to be like, I don't have 4 or 5 minutes a day. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. No excuses. There should be no excuses for why you can't help people in need in the simplest way possible. This is a phone case. I know it's not just a phone. 4 or 5 minutes a day. That's all I'm saying, guys. We can all make a difference, but you have to care. You have to get outside yourself for 4 or 5 minutes a day. You can do it. And again, if you're the person that's really struggling, get outside yourself and be that person to someone else. Create that ripple effect. Create the snowball effect where you do that, and then the people you're doing that to, they get the same idea, and they do it back to you, and then you have somebody that you can reach out to. Again, if you're going through it, I feel for you. We all need to be there for each other. If you're going through it and you have access to me somehow, message, you have my phone number or social media, I'm here for you. I love you. I care about you. I don't got to know you on a deep level to love you. I got love for people. I've been through enough in my life to where I've learned that every person is important. Every person is important and needs to be cared for. Because I felt not cared for in my life a lot of times. rightly or wrongly or whatever the situation. There's been times where I've not wanted to continue. I didn't think my life was worthwhile. But there was those few people that were there for me, that helped me through that season, which is why I'm still here. Be the change you want to see. Again, it's not like I'm coming on here and being like, hey guys, we all need to donate $1,000 a month to this cause. No, I'm saying, hey guys, as humans, as we have fellow humans that are dropping dead, that are offing themselves daily, the number one cause of death in 10 to 35-year-olds is suicide. Again, the suicide rate, the suicide death rate has passed the COVID-19 death rate in people from ages 10 to 35. Fact. That's from the CDC. If some of you that are like, no, that's not true, that's from the CDC. The same people that are giving us the COVID numbers, they've said, suicide has passed the COVID death rate in young people. Suicide is more deadly than COVID to young people. Fact. I'm not saying that COVID is not something we should be, I experienced it. My family, a lot of my family got COVID. It's definitely real. It's definitely a virus we should take seriously. But so is suicide. There's an epidemic, and we should be just as concerned about other humans killing themselves as we are about a virus that may or may not kill them, right? Again, not downplaying COVID, but saying suicide is statistically more dangerous to people. We should be just as concerned as we all are taking extreme measures to prevent COVID. Why are we not taking extreme measures to save lives from suicide, which is more deadly to young people than COVID? We're all willing to do all this stuff for COVID, but are we willing to do this stuff for people that are dying from suicide? We should have the same sense of urgency, compassion, love for people dying from suicide that are dying from COVID. Anybody dying should concern us, but if we can prevent more of this by taking 4 or 5 minutes a day to do this, that's much easier than wearing a mask, socially distancing, locking down the economy. Like, we're all willing to do all these difficult things to prevent COVID deaths. Why aren't we willing to do a few simple things to prevent suicide deaths, which are killing young people at a higher rate than the COVID? Again, I'm not downplaying COVID, but I'm saying this is statistically killing more young people. So if we're willing to do all these things and go to all these lengths and measures to prevent COVID, how much more should we be willing to go to extreme lengths to prevent what's killing more people? Young people specifically. And it's simpler. You don't have to wear a mask, socially distance, and change your entire daily routine to prevent suicide. You just got to care about people for a couple minutes a day. I got a lot of love for every single one of you, whether you're going through it or not. I love you. I got love for you. Get a hold of me if you need it. Get a hold of people that are there for you if you need it. If you don't have anybody, be that person. Create the change. Start that chain reaction. Start the ripple effect. Start being that person that's available to people. Again, I've repeated myself a million times throughout life and definitely in this podcast. It doesn't take much to care about other people. It doesn't. It takes a little bit of effort to get outside yourself to care about other people. That's all it takes. All it takes to care about other people is getting outside yourself a little bit. Again, I'm not calling people to go serve at the soup kitchen daily and weekly. I'm literally saying just get outside your own selfishness. We're all selfish people, right? I'm not saying that I am above you. We're all selfish in ways. And some of that's just animalistic, is self-preservation. But we have to be honest with ourselves that we more care about ourselves than we care about other people usually. So I'm not judging anybody. I'm saying, cool. If we're aware that we focus on ourselves the most, take a few minutes a day and focus on other people. That's it. I'm going to end it right there. I love you guys. Please take action. People are killing themselves every single day. Every single day, somebody feels their life is so not worth it that they end their own life. That's sad. Let's take action. Let's make a difference. Let's be the change. We have to be the change. The only way we're gonna save people's lives is by caring and letting them know that their life is worthwhile. So there's my 10 cents, 15 cents on that. I think getting outside yourself, for a few minutes a day is the most practical way you could really impact and probably save people's lives. I love you. I love you all. If you need to get a hold of me, get a hold of me. I'll be back next week. Adios.